What began as a routine moment quickly shifted. A simple seat became a point of contention, an unexpected challenge unfolding in public. But instead of chaos or confrontation, a black woman's steady presence guided the situation back to clarity, restoring order without raising her voice. The environment is orderly and controlled, a shared space governed by routines people trust will work without disruption, and the black woman is already seated, settled, and compliant with every visible rule, her posture relaxed, her belongings placed neatly, when the unexpected challenge arrives in the form of a question directed squarely at her, spoken clearly enough for others nearby to hear. And while the words sound procedural, the implication carries weight, immediately shifting the atmosphere, because challenges about seating are rarely neutral when they single someone out, and people nearby sense it, glancing up, pausing mid-motion, aware that something has changed, and she looks up calmly, listening fully without interruption, her expression composed, and responds evenly that she is in her assigned seat, expecting the matter to end there, but instead the challenge continues. Repeated with added explanation that feels less about clarification and more about doubt, and what could have remained a quiet exchange begins to stretch into something more public, more uncomfortable, as the tension lingers and the space tightens around the interaction, yet she does not mirror the rising tension, does not rush to justify herself, does not apologize for existing where she belongs, and when asked again she responds the same way, calmly and clearly, stating facts rather than feelings. And that consistency slows the moment down, forcing the challenge to rely on substance rather than momentum, and as others become involved, authority figures, systems, policies, the focus shifts from assumption to verification, and throughout this process she remains still, grounded, neither defensive nor withdrawn, allowing the situation to unfold without interference, and when the verification is complete the truth emerges quietly but unmistakably, because she is exactly where she should be. The challenge unfounded, the assumption incorrect, and order is restored not through force or embarrassment but through correction, delivered quickly and with minimal acknowledgement, as if the system hopes to move past the error without naming it, yet the correction is public, visible to everyone who witnessed the challenge, and she receives it with the same calm she showed at the beginning, returning to her space without comment, while the room subtly resets, aware that balance has been restored and that calm, not conflict, carried the moment through. What gives the moment its depth is the restraint it required, because unexpected challenges carry emotional weight, especially for black women who understand that how they respond will often be judged more harshly than the challenge itself, and her calm was not passive, it was intentional, shaped by an understanding that escalation often benefits systems more than individuals, and the challenge she faced was not openly hostile. Which is precisely what made it complicated, because polite authority can still operate on bias without acknowledging it, and her response denied that bias the opportunity to hide behind urgency or tone, forcing the interaction into a space where facts mattered more than perception, and she did not rush to reassure anyone, did not soften herself to make the moment more comfortable for others, did not perform gratitude when the situation corrected itself. She simply remained present and certain, and that certainty mattered because it shifted the burden back onto the system issuing the challenge, requiring it to prove itself rather than relying on compliance, and when the correction came without apology it revealed discomfort rather than resolution, yet the absence of acknowledgement did not erase the outcome, because she was not moved, not embarrassed further, not asked to accommodate a mistake she did not make, and those watching saw the full arc of the moment, the challenge, the calm response, the verification, and the correction, and that sequence stays with people, because it exposes how quickly order can be disrupted by assumption and how effectively it can be restored through composure, and for the woman the moment reinforces a familiar truth, that dignity is something she carries with her, not something granted by others, and while moments like this often accumulate quietly over time, shaping how one navigates public spaces, this one stands out because it resolved correctly, because calm held long enough for truth to surface, and because order was restored without her having to surrender herself to preserve it. Viewed more broadly, the incident reveals how fragile order can be when it relies on unchecked assumptions, and how quickly systems expect individuals to absorb inconvenience rather than examine their own errors, yet her experience shows that when someone remains calm and grounded, refusing to rush the moment, those systems are forced to slow down and recalibrate, and in that pause accountability becomes possible. And although the correction was delivered quietly, without ceremony or repair, it arrived before damage was done, before the challenge could harden into narrative, and timing matters in moments like this, because once a situation ends incorrectly it becomes memory, and memory shapes perception, and her calm ensured the moment ended truthfully, and those who witnessed it may never speak about it openly, but they will remember the shift, the stillness, the realization. And that memory subtly alters expectations about who belongs, who is questioned, and how authority should operate, and for her the significance lies not in changing the room but in protecting her peace, in knowing she did not need to defend her right to occupy space beyond simply existing in it, and that knowledge carries forward, reinforcing confidence and self-trust, reminding us that restoring order does not always require control or dominance, sometimes it requires presence, patience, and the refusal to move when you are already exactly where you belong. If this story resonated, share it with intention, not to glorify restraint, but to recognize calm certainty as a powerful force. Support conversations that question assumptions, examine everyday authority, and honor moments where order is restored through clarity rather than confrontation. Follow for more stories that center dignity, lived experience, and quiet accountability. Because sometimes the strongest response isn't loud, it's calm, grounded, and impossible to dismiss.